Welcome back to Cornwall Park. We're about to get under our way for our second game of the day in the Dean Bell Cup. That's the under-18s between Auckland Black and Auckland Blue. We saw the 16 Shaun Johnson Shield side. For both of these teams, both Auckland Black and Blue, go down to a nail-biter. It was 14 points to 10, and I think, again, it's the same situation with Auckland Black. They have to win to prevail along with Blue, and it's a tight one across both the grades. Points are really scarce to come by, and then nail-biting finishes are what's going to be the go here as we see Black's line up. And again, it's down to that spine, and like in both teams, you got Paul Viviani Portua, who's an electric live wire all around the park, and that's Pahina and Junior Tiafata there in the halves. Those halves will be crucial, but don't forget about my main man, Augustino Filippo. He is electric to watch. He is a great player, skillful with his hands for a forward and a big body, but he's going to be crucial in guiding his side around the park. Again, Auckland Blues, they've got Sosaya Latu at fullback, and he is brilliant to watch. Micah Church, Anaru Thompson, and Jeremiah Cullen, who we saw on the live stream a few weeks ago, Regan and myself, and he was everywhere for this Auckland Blues side. And they don't really have an extended bench, only 3 on the bench we can see, and a few changes being made. We've got Christian Sikuvea and at that 13 spot, but Cullen is going to be the key for Auckland Blue getting this win. As we see a few more fans rolling in. Good to see all the parents and family down supporting their siblings, kids, everyone down here, and it's great to see the crowd rolling in. We've got a few on the bank, a few everywhere. More cars will roll in during the day, and the sun's out. I think the dew's off the field a bit more, so it'll be interesting to see how these guys go with their hands. But they've got, as TJ said in the first game, and we're waiting for him to join me here in the box in a minute. We've got brand new balls, good grip on them, and everyone should be able to hold onto those balls nice and tight. So we're just waiting for those boys to come down, and there's one of my colleagues, Robin John Kamana, there down at the changing rooms there with the boys ready to come out. We've got a few more minutes till we kick off at 10:30 here as the boys start making their way over now. And this Blue side, they really have big bodies to throw around the park, but Black have skillful players across the ground too. And again, it's going to be crucial down to the halves, as we said in that first game, but I think forwards are going to be key here too, just really looking to see if they can get a roll on for their side. And guys like Liam Paul Viviani there and Jeremiah Cullen, the 2 9s, are going to be key to winning this game for their side. As I'm joined late in the box by my main man, the prodigal son of Auckland Rugby League, TJ Ashford. TJ,
I'm back.
Were you getting a hot dog, mate?
I'm back. Nah, I wasn't actually. I was trying to make sure everything's running okay, man. So I'm traditionally not on the mic at the moment, but I'm normally trying to get everything sorted, and we're on track. We're ready to go, mate. So looking forward to this contest as well.
Sweet, sweet. And I see that Auckland Blue are down a few players, it looks like.
Yeah, they've been doing it tough again. It's a long campaign at the moment as well, so a few injuries and things like that. However, strong side, so look for them to, they're both playing for a spot in the grand final in this game, so it's going to be an exciting contest.
As we see on screen there, that's Peru Donaldson and Sosaya Latu, and I never realized how tall Sosaya Latu actually is in person. He looks an absolute unit of a kid, and he's, was he 17, 18 now?
Yeah, no, he wouldn't be 18, man. So he was in the under-16s side last year. So he actually won. He was playing for Tamaki Kite Tonga last year, who won the grand final for the Shaun Johnson Shield. But yeah, he's still 16, turning 17 if he hasn't done so already. So big kid. I know he's been looked at by the Newcastle Knights, I believe, man. So good opportunity for him to take that with both hands, hopefully. And again, like that's the good thing about this competition. It's a joint competition between us and the One New Zealand Warriors now, and obviously sanctioned by New Zealand Rugby League. So it's a great event. I had a text message, or actually an email earlier this morning about one of the teams, and 7 of their players have been picked up or had look-ins in terms of trials and things like that for other NRL clubs. So it just shows that this is a pathway for everyone out there, man, and it's good to have so many districts on board. As 4 teams across Auckland in the boys, both the boys grades, and obviously we've got Northland and Waikato who coming back for their second year as well, and then you've got Coastlines now as the new ones on the block as well. So exciting. Georgia Hales, you'll probably see that halfway. There'll be game 2 on there as well. So we were supposed to cover them today. Unfortunately, they needed to move the game forward a little bit, which meant the timing didn't work well for us. But the inclusion of the Georgia Hale Cup this year has been outstanding as well. So definitely some good pathways here with this competition held by Auckland Rugby League and the One New Zealand Warriors. So looking forward to making this like a 100-year event. You know, like that's the exciting part for Shaun Johnson, Dean Bell Cup, and Georgia Hale Cup.
Yeah, and you can look back on it as the creator of these things and just say, I helped that kid become this rugby league star. As we're getting Black get us underway here in blue. Let it bounce, a little bit of a bobbly bounce, but it's come back at speed and a flying shot out of the line there, really trying to put a mark on the defensive stamp. So you see Blue just looking for some easy work, and again, is there much dew on the pitch now?
No, it's actually quite dry, man. There'll be some a bit of dew in the shady places down to your left if you're watching on the screen at the moment. So, but it's pretty dry at the moment. The fields they've been outstanding this campaign, man. So we've managed to look after them a little bit, and they'll be in pristine condition for next week's grand finals as well.
Yeah, man, with there not being much dew, I expect the ball to really bounce off that turf a bit more and zip along as it has done when it really gets late in the day. And I think low kicks will be the ones to go for here as we see a big towering kick. Look at the revs on this baby, and it's a lucky bounce there for Auckland Black, but boy oh boy, that was up and away there.
Yeah, it was a big kick by Sasai Latu, I believe it was. So look, again, pretty good start to the game for Auckland Blue, but it's a 7-tackle set now for this Auckland Black side, and they got a really good side, so look for them to open up the scoring early here.
They'll be down to their forwards and outside backs too. They've got some strong outside backs to Auckland Black. AJ Portoa is electric across the ground as well. He'll really look to dictate their play when they shift it out to him, as we see the forwards getting involved there. And that's number 10, that's Peiru Donaldson. He's a tough one to stop, as Peiru Donaldson.
Yeah, he's done well too, Kalani. He's just come back from an ACL injury, and I know he's been rehabbing a lot lately as well, so credit to him for bouncing back. I think he missed last year's campaign due to that injury, so he's been outstanding today. As we see a nice little break there.
Dummy and a go, and then we have the opening try of the game for Auckland Black, and there was Hirini Holmes with the big space opened up for him, and he got the little dummy and then the nice pass out to the winger. That was Ulugaya.
Antonio, he's come through the Warriors system as well, man. I believe he played in the Warriors World Sevens team as well late last year, so he's a good youngster coming through the grades. We'll see Hirini Holmes, traditionally a half centre, playing in the back row today, or wearing the back row number. And you just saw there, ball in two hands, bit of indecisiveness with the defenders there, and he managed to slice through for their first try.
Yes, and this Auckland Black side last week, they had a few numbers, but they've really got some different players in this week. I think they lost a couple down to injury last week, and they really prevailed at the end. They won 28 points to 4 over Waikato, who showed they could stay in the fight for around 60 odd minutes, and that is a shocker of a kick there, and right in front, and he's pushed it to the left, and you don't see that every day. Boy oh boy, I think that was Amore Pahina there taking that kick, and he was good. He was the 18th man last week, came on when they lost one down to a head knock, really changed the game and helped Auckland Black get a foothold and really stamp their authority on it, but he's just had an absolute stinker there. That was not good. It's 4-0 Auckland Black over Auckland Blue, and it's a good, strong start that Auckland Black would have wanted there.
Yeah, they're a strong team, but so is Auckland Blue as well. I watched their first game to where they are at the moment, and Auckland Blue have really progressed quite well. And both these sides have very experienced coaches, and Paul Clark for Auckland Black and Wade Brunston for Auckland Blue. So good competition between the coaches today as well. And again, it's the battle of the Southsiders, man. So I'm a South Auckland born boy, and I know what it's like to get one over your rivals, man. So this will definitely be a heated contest today.
As Latu goes with a shallowish kick, and it's taken nicely there. I think that's by Amore Pihana again. And I just can't get over that goal kick attempt. No, I don't know how he pushed it that wide of the sticks. And
in his defence, Dan, when we had to work out of Cornwall Park while our building was being refurbished, I've seen you kick some goals, mate, and he actually looked a little bit tidier than you. So credit to the young fella. Can't get them all,
You absolutely stitched me up there, mate. Oh, my
Hey,
God.
that is not a stitch up. That is the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
That is accurate.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
boy, oh, boy. I completely forgot how long we were here for. What was it, 2 weeks turned into 2 months?
Yeah, something like that, man. But it's good to be back at our premises as we see Augustino Filippo, another One New Zealand Warriors product, coming through the system there. Expect him to potentially play SG Ball next year. Another young prospect as well, man. 16, turning 17 if he hasn't done so already. Was also the captain of our Auckland touring side last year as well, Augustino, or one of the captains. So as we look forward to naming out our 16s boys and 17s girls touring side going to the Gold Coast in April, which is an awesome opportunity for our Auckland players as we see another strong run there. Is that Kalani, Peru, Donaldson, too strong, close to the line there, and they put their next try on the board.
Yes, it was, and it was a little bit of a piggyback that got them down the end, but Kalani Peru Donaldson just able to bump and weave his way to the line. He's a big, strong man. He's not the tallest, but he's quite stocky as we see a replay here. Watch him get it nice and early, and he's got that ball in. Again, it's two hands out in front, really trying to bait one in, and he's just bounced off one and bounced to another and crashed over, and it's a nice try there from Auckland Black. Got a little bit of a roll on here.
Yeah, he's definitely got some footwork as Kalani. Traditionally, growing up through the grades, I know he used to play centre as well. He was a short little nuggety Matty Utai type centre. And he was hard to stop then. I know he's wearing 10 on his back today, but my understanding is probably in the back row. And again, you know, someone as dynamic as Kalani, again, he's had a few good runs already in this game. As he's seen there, that's his old man Philip as well as the lead trainer assisting the team there. He's been good for Paul Clark and his team, his coaching team as well this year. Paul Clark been doing it a bit tough, but he's done a great job. So see a bit of redemption. Oi, there it is, Daniel.
There we go. We've had a change of goal kicker too, so it might be the trick there. But again, like you're saying, in the front row, they've got, it might be smoke and mirrors with Peru Donaldson playing in the front row, but one we saw, well, that I saw last week was Frankie Payne. Absolute workhorse, just kept going and going and going. I think he was off for all of about 5 minutes. Got back on and just trucked it through. He was an absolute unit to deal with.
I think he scored a try too, looking at the team list, or looking at the match manager sheet from the weekend. So, you love bagging a meat pie as your front row, and if your front rows are scoring tries, it must be a good day for you. So, I've seen Frankie Payne play a few games this year. He's done well as well, so it's good to see these boys progressing through the system at the moment.
See a deep kick off and off the back fence, so that's 1, 2, 3 in the tackle there. I think Auckland Blue, they just really want to slow down the play of the ball, and as I say that, an unforced error. And it's not looking good there from Auckland Black. That is, boy, oh boy, oh boy. There was Andrew Moala there off the bench, and not how you want to start as a bench player, knocking one on, and it's just a simple error.
Yeah, probably not the run that he wanted there. It was a tough carry, but Anadu Thompson, the half, Auckland Blue put his body in front there, and he's forced an error, which is great. But Auckland Blue just need to settle back down. You know, I know they're chasing points already, but they just got to wipe that a little bit and try and build a bit of pressure on this Auckland Black side and make them defend a bit more. So see Sasaya Latu has the opportunity to score points as Sasaya.
Yes, he does. And in the situation of this game, where are these two teams placed on the table, CJ?
Well, winner of this game goes through to the final next week. So Auckland Red, who is actually behind me at the moment, training up here at Cornwall Park, utilising the good facilities that we have here by the Auckland Rugby League. So they're training, preparing for next week already. So the winner of this game will be playing against them next week in the final.
As Cullen scheming from dummy half, and they spring it nice and wide, and it's a bit of space opening up for, I think that was Micah Church, and he's just fumbled at the line. And
that's what I mean about chasing points, you know. That it was a good run by Micah, but he probably needed to find his front there, get a quick play of the ball and play off the back of that. But when you're chasing points, again, pressure can sometimes do those things to you. We saw in our under-16s game, speaking to the coaches after the game, Auckland Blues coach Terry Morrison, a good young coach coming through the system as well, has been in a few of our rep programs as well. I really appreciate what he does for our young boys coming through the system. He spoke about the opportunity for these boys, so he was real happy. And then speaking to the Victorious coach, Phil Watson as well, he knew that the boys were a little bit nervous, but he also knew how great of a team Auckland Blue were, so he was very thankful of the win. And they move into the final next week.
As Auckland Black breathe a sigh of relief there, and Blue coughing it up as they'll look to make their way on. It's a big shot over the top there. From that was Isaka Churchwood there, taking that one. That's a good run, backed up there.
That's Alan, I believe. Yeah, another Warriors SG ball prospect is Alan. He's wearing the Alan Malama Talatima. Stefata with the ball now, a little overs play with Alan. Another carry in this set. Late offload.
It's not a bad little offload there, and they're inside the 40. Gonna put one up here, and it's a shallowish kick that's gonna come down into no man's land, and just waiting for the call, but yes, it was a knock on its hand over there, so it's an alright defensive set from Blue. Not the best end to the finish there for Auckland Black. The kick was skewed off the boot slightly, and just knocked on at the end.
Not the best kick there by Tafata. Shout out to his old man Jamie. I know you're watching, man. You follow your son quite proudly as well, man. Used to play and coach against Jamie Tafata, or JJ's dad, back in the day. So he's normally down here creating some noise. Is Jamie, so shout out to Jamie.
As Black trying to slow that play the ball down. Blue looking for a good shot there, and he's got him for offside though. That's a little discipline there from Auckland Black, but watch the shot again under the ball and drives him back. As we see Lennox, apologies, it's not Lennox Twirler, that's Leon Richard taking that one, and Leon Richard sporting the luscious ponytail at the back, and he's been very strong for this Auckland Blues side, really guiding them around the park well too, playing out on the edge.
Yeah, Leon Richards actually been as you'll see him take the carry here, he's been a renowned performer in a lot of our rep programs. You know, he's come through Region of Origin, I know he's played there as well, and he's come through Shaun Johnson Shield, I believe, last year as well, or in Dean Bell Cup from memory. So see a nice carry here.
And Solomon has just carried his way to the line. Jeremiah Cullen scheming, and that's Elijah Solomona there. He had so much work to do. He was miles out from the line, and it's just a big body just walking his way over, carrying 3 defenders. That's unbelievable strength there.
I actually saw Elijah play a few weeks ago down here at Cornwall Park, and believe he's a James Cook High School product, man, is my understanding, and finds it difficult sometimes to get to training and stuff like that. But man, he's got some skill. He's strong. He's powerful. Got good footwork as well, man. Good leg drive. So look for him to have a few more touches like that today.
Yeah, it's a good response there from Auckland Blue. They've eaten into the deficit a little bit. They've got 4 points on the board with a kick to come, and I can't get over the fact that he was 10 plus meters out and he's just carried his way to the line. That's unbelievable strength and leg drive there, and the post-contact meters will be racking up on the stat sheet there for Elijah.
Yeah. If you're a fantasy man, you'd have that man as one of your fantasy front rowers. He's got that in him, but again, he was strong in his first outing when I saw him a few weeks ago as well. So I know Coach Wade Brunston has a little bit to do with him at school as well. He's also with the James Cook High School schooling as well. So he's brought Elijah into the playing group, and he's been outstanding since he's come through.
And knocks the kick over, and now it's 10 points to 6. Auckland Black up over Auckland Blues. We see a replay of the try, and again, that's Cullen. That's what he's done so well, just getting out, really drawing the markers with him and getting one-on-one stop there. And Solomona, he's just too big, too strong.
Yeah, some poor tackling and poor defence there, especially on your own try line as well. So they needed to get a few shoulders into contact there. And no excuses when on your own line, man. You've got to have a lot of energy there and put bodies in front and get off your line defensively as well, and they just failed to do that with Auckland Black.
Quite slow back to halfway, Auckland Black. I think they're really taking their time, and this is the other problem we have every week is who has a tee, who doesn't have a tee, can we borrow yours? And we'll see them get us underway in a few seconds or so. It's Bahina taking the kick off, and it's a nice kick off it is. See off the back fence run here. And it's the try squad, Solomon taking that run. He's got a decent play the ball in, and Cullen scheming around that ruck, and look to see Jeremiah Cullen when there's one marker and they really go and really dictate the pace of what they're playing at. Richard goes for that run. It's a good little run too to back up. It's a nice start to the set. see a lost ball call there. That's an interesting one. I don't think I saw a drop in there, but we'll see on the replay.
Yeah, he has lost it there. I don't know if there was hands around the ball, but I don't know if it was a stripping action. Could have gone either way for me. Easy for me to say, I'm not the coach. So one coach is happy over there, one coach probably isn't. But
yep.
Sometimes those calls happen in footy, so just have to defend them now.
As you see Auckland Black given a really good opportunity here. Just behind that 40, good attacking set they can provide here. Really try and put some more points on the board. And they started with the opening 2 tries of the game. But it's been a good response from Auckland Blue in the last 5 minutes or so. As I say, that is a really good response from Blue, forcing the error, and they'll be happy with that one. Black, not so much. And another unforced error from the boys.
Yeah, Martin Nielsen there, just failing to get to the play the ball. But we saw this in the first game as well, Dan. They started off with a few completed sets and then got a little bit messy there in the play the ball especially. So see if these boys can tidy it up.
And Auckland Blue will really want to complete this set. They don't want to try and force something. They want to play it, not play it safe, but just play it simple, nice and simple footy. Take a couple hit-ups in, really try and spring it wide a bit, and then kick for the corners and try and get a repeat set. So you see a little bit of depth off the scrum here. And that's not...
Chong, I believe. Carry.
Yes, it is another one rocking the luscious afro. As we see Mason play the ball quickly there. It's quite one out though from Auckland Blue, and but they're lucky there to get a penalty, and they're all offside on the right-hand side. And
yeah, poor discipline there, man. He was miles in front. You could see here, look, the referee's pointing at him. Not even looking at the referee. He's let his team down there by that play. And again, we spoke about this in the first game as well. It was only 1-2 metres in front there. That little extra effort that he could have got to get back on side for his team. He's really let them down here.
As we see Leon Richard look to find touch, and it's going to need a good touch finder, just try and swing the momentum back for his side. As again, some of the boys struggling to stay on side here, and it's a wobbly touch finder, not the best touch finder, but he's got a few meters. As you see, that looks like Alamein playing ball boy down there. Good work, Ali. Keep it up, mate.
Yeah, pay him the money, Vigs.
And again, Richard going to take this run, and it's a good run there from Richard. Good few post-contact meters, but I think Auckland Black, they did struggle with that last week, really getting back to 10. They gave away quite a few penalties for offside. As we see again, look at Cullen getting out there one marker. He's going to do that all day.
Yeah, watch out for EJ as well. Big front rower. Big fan of EJ's. Also can't play it in our Auckland side. As we said, nice little unders play. Dropping back underneath the rock.
That was Christian Sikuvea taking that run, and he's done well as Cullen swings it left. They've got numbers. Oh, it's good hands. But even better scramble there from Auckland Black. They've done well to just get there and stop the error in the end.
Yeah, it was a nice play. I just thought they took the wrong option there on that second pass. Had a bit about 3-on-1 if they had gone out the back, but again, they still completed that play.
Cullen directing his troops, and he's found out down to the... Oh, that's nice little kick, and the unforced error, and the try there, and that's... Is that our man again? Elijah Solomona for the second of the day.
Was that maybe him? Couldn't get his number. But if it is Elijah, number 14, it's not every day that you get a big front rower chasing a kick like that.
But the kick from Underwood Thompson was on the money though, and it is our man Solomona, and he's done well to just... That's good work though, good simple 40, the 1% of there chasing the kick really hard, putting him under pressure. But that kick from Thompson was right on the money, able to just slot it in, force the error, and they've locked the scores up 10 apiece here of Auckland Blue, and got a bit of momentum going their way now.
Yeah, a few errors, back-to-back errors for Auckland Black, and then obviously the ill discipline on defence as well. So that penalty has come back to bite them in the backside.
Yes, it has. We saw good scramble from that Auckland Black side down the right-hand side, and a couple tackles beforehand, but then they swung a back Blue to the left of Auckland Black and really opened up a bit of space, and the kick from Thompson bang on the money, but good work from Elijah Solomona chasing through to clean up the scraps and get a second 4-pointer. Richard looks to line up this kick, and he's already 1 from 1.
He's got a big boot on him traditionally as well. He's been kicking throughout his grades. Actually, when he was younger, he was actually a winger back in the day, so he's pushed that through. It's gone over. almost cleared my roof up there.
It's 12 points to 10. Auckland Blue lead Auckland Black with just over 10 minutes left in this first half, and it's been a back and forth game, a little bit of a seesaw action, but our man Elijah Solomona, he's probably playing $50 to get a hat-trick at the start of today, and I think he's paying good odds now to get that.
Yeah, man, I'm putting my money on him. He's big, he's powerful. Like I said, I saw him play a few weeks ago, and he was strong on that outing as well. So expect nothing different from him today.
It'll be about the response from Auckland Black now. They've conceded the last 2 tries after going up 10-0 early, and I think the halves and Jamie Tifata and Amore Pahina really need to take a little bit of a grasp on this game and try and direct their boys around a bit more. And again, it's that problem of waiting for the tee and who's bringing it out, who's bringing it on.
It's Matiasi Lolosio.
Go boys, go chase
Another product of our Auckland 16s touring side last year. Traditionally a winger, but he's grown in stature as well. He's a good player. He's jumped into the centres for his team now. I look for him to inject a bit of spark when he comes on the field eventually.
So you see a big run there.
Thomas Clark.
He was strong last week, the week before. Thomas Clark really injected a bit of life in the go forward along with Jeremiah Cullen and EJ Lalua. And again, that's not how they want. Oh, they haven't forced error. They've knocked it backwards, and Blue still recover as Black really looking to put the pressure on here. And look at Cullen go from dummy half, and nice hands down the left-hand side, and we see a big shot there. And another lifting tackle gone wrong. Wasn't any intent in it, but just...
Yeah, it's just slightly past horizontal, but still dangerous. So good call by official Aaron Kesha.
Leon Richard will look to find touch on this one. Really, Blue have got the momentum in their favour, and they've got the wind at their sails and swinging it in. There was a cleaner strike from the touch finder from Leon Richard after his last attempt that was quite wobbly. So you see Portua taking that run. He hasn't had too many touches to start as AJ Portua. We'll see him get a bit more involved in the next few sets. So again, there's Leilua taking that run. He's been busy to start, he and Thomas Clark.
Oh, yeah, he got away with one there. There's a hand on the ball. Both of these boys as well, I believe, play club together. Bit of back chat there. And they also played in the Auckland touring side last year as well. So, as we see, Jeremiah Cullen. I want to chat to Kesha, but a little bit of a heads up play for all the young'uns out there watching footy. I've never ever seen a referee change his decision. That'll be the day when I hear a referee say, you're right, Daniel, I'm wrong, I'm going to change that decision. So let's live with it, boys. Let's move on, move to our next opportunity here. So they need to defend their line here.
Yeah, but Auckland Black will breathe a sigh of relief there. Auckland Blue really got their foot on the gas pedal, trying to rack up some more points, scored their 3rd try running, and it's been all 12 unanswered points from Auckland Blue. And Blue really slowing down this play the ball here, and I think it's hurting Black a little bit. They're not getting too much of a roll on at the ruck, and it's slow, and it gives Blue the time to get off the line, reset. Starting to finding their fronts here to Black and just getting a little bit more play the ball speed as we see a good run there. Broken the line.
Sydney Holmes again. He's been outstanding so far with limited touches. But I notice a big absent player for Auckland Black as well, Rico Toyava Ward. Traditionally playing in the halves or at fullback for this side. Another gun player coming through as we see a error by Talatana.
And Auckland Black had great field position there, coughed it up in the wrong area, and Blue will breathe a sigh of relief as Latu takes that run. And again, another one of the fullbacks who hasn't had too many touches to start this game. He's done one kick on the last and a couple touches here and there, but really hasn't injected himself into the game yet.
Yeah, Sasai is one that likes to go in and out of games on occasion, but that's one thing, especially if he is playing at fullback. I know he's wearing jersey number 20, but that's one thing that he definitely needs to do is know when to inject himself, as we see a strong shot there, pulled up in a penalty.
Oh, I think he's caught a shoulder charge on that one. You can hear the contact through the effects mic. Oh, might have been for that one round the head there. It looked like he gestured shoulder charge, did referee Kesha, but Blue, a bit of a roll on here as Richard looks to find touch and get it back down the end. They want to be just before half-time, and it's anyone's game in the minute. 12 points to 10. No one's really got a grasp on the game, and it's almost identical to the first game we had.
Yeah, again, it's still a tight contest at the moment, isn't it, man? So that's an exciting prospect there. And, Auckland Black just guilty. There's a few errors, a few back-to-back penalties now as well. But they're still in the hunt for the game, so it's only 12-10. They need to fix those little areas of discipline areas up, and they'll get themselves back into this contest.
And that's Opeti Fino with that run, taking it there as Blue shuffle it on. And I think that's Thomas Clark taking that, and he's put on his back, and it's good work from Auckland Black, really trying to win that ruck speed back as Cullen again. Look at how much space he has when he steps out from dummy half as Leilua over the top, and he's a big man to stop. As again, look at Cullen go dropping it short, and that's Sikuvea. And Auckland Blue, that's 3 unanswered tries they've scored, and this one's right under the sticks, and it should be an 8-point margin after this conversion.
Yeah, he's another great player there, is Christian Sikuvea. Got great leg speed. He's tough as well. He's not the biggest forward, but sheer speed alone gets him over the ad line there. And you just got that Auckland Black side just guilty of staying on their line defensively as well. There's got to be a call there as a defensive team when to get off the line. And at no stage did they even look to try and do that. So it's hard to defend errors on your line like that.
I think it's interesting in that situation there when we saw Cullen, he takes that big step out and he draws one marker, and it sort of sucks in the A defender as well. And I think that's what opened up that space there for Sikuvea to just hit the short ball and really isolate one defender to start, and then just crash his way over. And again, a big man like that, too big, too strong, too close to the line, you're not going to stop him in a hurry.
Yeah, you saw the play before that as well. Jerry Cullen, that's one of his strengths, is his speed out of acting half, and he got out there with a little, dummy drop play and hit EJ on the lead, and EJ again isolated a defender, beat his first up contact there and got a quick play the ball, as you see this play here. And that just again allows Jerry to get out. Markers, there was poor spacing there as well. And again, like I said, failed to get off the line. They had an opportunity there to get up an extra metre or two to stop that play, but lack of urgency, which is important when you're defending your line. Dan, you've got to get up quickly and try and shut down that play there, but nice eyes-up play by Jeremiah Cullen.
Yes, it was. It's good work from Cullen, and he's really showing his quality and skills today. He's really injected life around the ruck. I think his service as well from dummy half is nice, crisp, quick and clean for the halves and the forwards to really get that rolling up the middle there, and that's what you want from a 9. You don't want any sloppy passes or any bad ones, and he's just been on the money every pass, which is good.
He's playing to his strengths as well. The whole side is actually, the Auckland Blue side, I think that's important. But another big set, attacking-wise for Auckland Blue. They need to complete here, get to their kick, or try and get a penalty.
Yes, they do, and that's a good run after points, and they'll want to complete the set after points here to Auckland Blue. I think they coughed it up on the last one, and it wasn't the best, but then they got a lifeline with Auckland Black dropping the ball too, and as we see Cullen scooting, weaving, and that's what I'm on about earlier, those tired forwards and big bodies around there. See Leilua, look at him go, big EJ Leilua. He's got one marker there, and there he goes again, it's Jeremiah Cullen weaving. Oh, he's found it, beautiful hands there, and Richard ends up with the ball. I think that's Tui Polotu wearing that one jersey.
Yeah, that might be Marlon, I believe. He's got a twin brother out there today as well, I think. Cameron Tuipolotu wearing 14 for Black, so probably the first time. As we see a nice little break here. Number 1, AJ Potoa.
Potoa going.
They just need to complete this.
Yeah, Black
they've been doing a lot of defence as this Auckland Black side, so they've zapped a lot of energy. They need to complete their sets here, get to their kick.
I think their outside backs will be key here. Nelson, Lugia, they're really getting involved, taking the workload off the forwards, because those forwards will be tired the way Jeremiah Cullen's just run through them in the last couple of sets. Just get those outside backs in, get ready for some work, and really roll the sleeves up, do the hard yards. So you see Lennox, Soyololo there taking that run. Black will end up in good field position. See if they can create something from it, as we see a slow play the ball though. And a big show and go, and almost an offload there. There was Amore Pahina there taking that run. As again, Black not really knowing what the play is as we see Blue clean it up nicely though, and not offering too much on attack there, Auckland Black, quite side to side and really flat with it.
Yeah, and again, you know, when you're doing that much work on defence, like I said, it sometimes zaps the juice out of you for your attack. So, but they did a great job. They completed their set. They've turned them down at the right end of the field. Discipline has been a big thing defensively for them, so they need to be cautious here with their discipline and try and defend this attacking set by Auckland Blue. As you see, an advantage penalty here. I've already called it. That's the discipline that's costing them at the moment, Dan. So it's that right edge. Looks like, you know, he's called not square there, but that right edge has been called off a few times now for not being square at the play the ball.
Yes, they have, and there was a little run there from Jacob Porter in his side, a penalty, and we'll see Richard come up to the mark and take the kick, and our clock might be a little faster than the one of match manager, so there should be a few more tackles left in this set, and as Richard finds touch and is just over halfway, they may have 1 or 2 left in the set to Auckland Blue, and got an 8-point lead though, so it's a decent buffer. As we see Marlon Tuipolotu taking that run, and he's grabbed around that. I think that's his brother who's in that tackle there, really whipping him around, and it's going to be a few murmurs and cheap shots at the dinner table tonight of who got the win and who's the better player. And you know, I think their parents are just going to be like, boys, you're both good. We're going to call it down the middle. So we see Leilua bounces off one, and he's got the arm free, Leilua.
Oh, unlucky.
As Richard cleans up the scraps and he's got it off, and it's Marlon Tuipolotu. Oh, he's just stayed in as well. And so we see a crash play, and Sosaya Latu has lost his legs in a good tackle there from AJ Portua. As the scoot, and we'll work out who that is, and it's Marlon Tuipolotu who made the break, and he has scored. I don't know if that's his brother lying in the ruck there. No, it's not. It's AJ Portua, but just what Auckland Blue wanted before half-time, TJ.
Yeah, they needed that, and again, poor discipline by Auckland Black. They had them right where they needed them in terms of field position, and again, they let the opposition off the hook there with another ill-disciplined play.
And again, like you've said earlier, it's just that lack of line speed. Really, Black aren't really bouncing off the line to really get involved and really just try and stop something and spark it up defensively. They've been really passive on the line. You can't afford that, and the scoreline shows it now. Being passive, it's not the best way.
Yeah, I think that's another learning curve for a lot of the young ones coming through as well. The most important player on the ball on the field is the one holding the ball. So just looked like they clocked off there. They need to check the 9 first before they move on to their next assignment. And Auckland Black, again, they've done a lot of defence at the moment, again, due to their own errors in discipline. But it's put themselves on the back foot there. So they failed to stop that one, but it's still only 22 points to 10 or 24-10. Potentially with the kick, so there's still plenty of time left in this contest.
Yes, it will, and this kick will extend it out to a 14-point lead. It's 2 converted tries at the minute for Auckland Blue, and they've, after going down 10-0 early, they've really bounced it back, and that's a lovely strike, and it's gone just wide as the halftime hooter goes. Auckland Blue up 22 points to 10 over Auckland Black in our Dean Bell Cup match. We'll be back for the second half shortly.
Stream Shop are experts in live video content creation, connecting communities by sharing the magic moments as they happen. All sorts of sports delivered on any platform, to anyone, anywhere in the world. We deliver cost-effective, high-quality production that really changes the game. It's the next best thing to being there live. Shoot it, stream it, share it with the Stream Shop. Proud supporters of the ARL.
The Fijian Cup, supporting grassroots Fiji. With international teams flying in to go up against the best club teams in Fiji. Over 50,000 in prizes for each sport. The Fijian Cup is placing a spotlight on untapped talent. A tournament like no other. The Fijian Cup, supporting grassroots Fiji. With international teams flying in to go up against the best club teams in Fiji. Over 50,000 in prizes for each sport. The Fijian Cup is placing a spotlight on untapped talent. A tournament like no other.
Welcome back to Cornwall Park for our second half that's just about to get underway between Auckland Black and Auckland Blue in our Dean Bell Cup match. It's Auckland Blue who scored 4 unanswered tries in the end of that first half after being down 10-0 to lead 22 points to 10. And as we see on the replay here, Auckland Black's first try, TJ, and that was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, they got off to a quick start. I think this might have been the first time they touched the ball. And Hidney Holmes slices through there, and the try goes to Antonio Lugia. And again, try number 2. Tafata playing nice and early here to Kalani Peru Donaldson. Just shrugged off a few would-be defenders there, pretty poor on their line there, and he goes in, and they went up to an early 10-0 lead.
And again, we saw Jeremiah Cullen scheming around, and it was our man Elijah Solomona who crossed for not 1 but 2 tries, and this was his first of the day, just able to carry himself over from a good 10-metre distance. But Jeremiah Cullen has been the man who's been creating most of it, as we see him again, watch him scoot around, and went out to Anaru Thompson, who puts in a nice little kick, and he's weighted it well, and it wasn't cleaned up by Black, and Solomona scored his second of the day, and probably outside try scorer for payments, but he's racked up too, so would-be betters would be on. And again, the third try unanswered from Auckland Blue. They just got a nice roll on, and again, Cullen, he's scheming from dummy half, and Sikuvea reaped all the rewards there, and this one was a little bit more unconventional, just a bit of a crash play there from Marlon Tuipulotu, a dummy half who's come off the bench wearing the 1.
Yeah, that could hurt at the back end of the game too, scoring there right on half time, extending the score up. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, the winner of this game does go through to the grand final for the Dean Bell Cup next week. They'll be playing the Auckland Red side as well, so big half of football coming up for both these sides. Yes, it is, and so Sailatu will get us underway. And going back to Auckland Red, and Auckland Red have been one to show that they've got points in them, but defensively they just fall asleep for a few periods of the game. And if one of these sides can really get a roll on against Auckland Red might be out of luck there, as we see off the back fence run. It's going up, and through, and it's a good run there. That's Lennox Tuiololo there taking that run, and it's backed up again. The outside backs for Black really need to get involved. As I say that, they've got a penalty for not being square at marker, and how Black ended the first half with a penalty against them. Auckland Blue have started it like that, and it's not the way Auckland Blue wanted to start this half. Is Marlon, his brother Cameron, getting us underway there, and it's fun to see two brothers playing against each other. They'll really be trying to get involved and wind each other up on the field, and I think that's going to be a fun one to watch between them. Twin brothers too, I believe.
Twin brothers as well.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Like I said, probably the first time I've ever had to play against each other, which is pretty exciting as well. I don't know who mum and dad are supporting.
You see it go deep into the line, and it's
back to 0 there. It should be. What's he called?
It was played at by, I think that was Marlon Tuipulotu there touching it, but we'll see.
Yeah, they've got the call right here as well, so.
It's good work, and it was nice there from Auckland Black going really deep into the line. I think the pass was a bit of a hospital one because he had 3-4 around the ball there, but the show and go might have been on, but that's what you want to start from Auckland Black, really trying to get a roll and swing the momentum back in their favour. And the first half was the tale of two halves, essentially, with Auckland Black getting up early and Blue responding with 4, as we see a half break there.
Joshua Martin Nielsen.
And again, backed up by Cameron.
Offload there. It's Augustino Filippo.
He's one to watch, Augustino Filippo. Really skillful as they go for a crash play, and that's Lennox.
Tuilo'o, he's too strong.
Lennox Tuilo'o crashing over. What's the call going to be? It's a try, and Auckland Black, they start with a try under the sticks, do they? Yes, they do. And that's how they wanted to start, TJ. A really strong set there offensively, getting involved and getting in a muck early around the ruck. But again, I think that's down to Cameron Tuipulotu. He's doing a Jeremiah Cullen, just engaging 1-2 defenders, one caught on the ground and one trying to slide to A early, and just a passive line, would you say there?
Yeah, it was a little bit. And again, you know, like sometimes we're a little bit guilty as we see a slight injury here for an Auckland Blue player down on the field. That's what the hold-up is at the moment. But a lot of the kids at the moment are tackling with their chest a little bit, especially close to the line. As we see Solomona going off with an injury, he's been big for this side or for this team today. But yeah, just for me, you know, again, your first priority in defence is to stop momentum, and the best way to do that is same leg, same shoulder, actually making contact with the shoulder around the target area as well. So they've just failed there to get a little bit of sting into that contact, and you see there, just proved too big, too powerful, close to the line, hard to stop.
Yes, it was, and I do recall myself at that age really having those chest tackles. You're sort of not scared to put the shoulders in, but there are a few of the bigger boys, and you try and put your shoulder and you'd end up with a crook shoulder the next week, as again Solomon are down, and they'll be down to a 2-man bench after this for Auckland Blue, and not how they wanted to start the second half, conceding a try and losing a player to injury. Hopefully Coach Wade Brunston can really get his boys up for it, and they've still got a healthy lead though. It's 6 points and it's 22 points to 16, but Black, that's the start of the half they wanted, scoring first, but we've seen what happens when they score first.
Yeah, they did this in the first half as well. As we see one of our coaches, Henry Moronga, and son Dylan Moronga there as well. Surprised he's not playing in this competition. I don't know if he's got an injury or what have you, but yeah, look, again, it's a great start, but it needs to be backed up here by the next attacking set. You know, they need to get to their fifth tackle here, or even kick a little bit earlier, put it down into the corners, and really muscle up with the defence. But again, some of the issues that were caused in the first half was down to their discipline, so they also need to be strong with their discipline as well.
Yeah, man. Auckland Black will really want to make sure that they complete after this set, because some teams have really struggled to do that, completing after scoring. You see Richard going to take the kickoff, and he'll look to get this one nice and deep, give his boys something to chase at and really muscle up defensively. As we see Auckland Black get us back underway, and it's off the back fence again. Oh, one in his way.
Try scorer.
Oh.
Lennox Tuilo'o.
He says, get out of my way, son. I'm going to leave you behind. And they shifted left early, and it's
Alan Malamatala.
And again, it's
Signer there with an offload.
It's expensive there from Auckland Black, and they made a few metres down that left-hand side.
Yeah, it's good to see Francis Tuimonga down here. He's part of the Auckland Black side, but I'm not sure if he's injured or been called into SG Ball. I know he's with Warriors SG Ball as well. So good to see some of those boys down here supporting them.
Oh, good line run there. That's from the number 20. That's Manase Junior Lokotui there. And great work from Amore Pahina there to take it nice and deep in the line. They're running those, as we see, an intercept, and it's shut the gate. Jacob Paul will run. Is he going to be stopped?
Too quick.
He is too fast, and shot for bits for Auckland Blue, and they've responded with a try of their own there.
Yeah, credit to Jacob Paul there. Defensively, made the right read. And we've been talking about this as well, getting off your line. So this is the hit up off the kickoff. Lennox Tuilo'o actually been getting them off to some good starts to their sets. A damaging run there. And again, you see the end of the try here for Jacob Paul, but it's just an intercept pass thrown there. And again, I think just guilty, especially for these young men, guilty of playing the play before the play's actually gotten there. So they've already decided that they're going to be throwing that pass, which is a bit unfortunate because they were getting back on the rails there. It was Auckland Black and Auckland Blue, outstanding by Jacob Paul.
Yeah, they just dented a bit of momentum for this Auckland Black side of Auckland Blue, and Paul almost got chased down there, and it was an interesting one in the end, and he just had the wheels to get there, Jacob Paul. But good read defensively, though. Like you said, there was a 3-on-1 outside him, or 2-on-1 outside him, and he had to make that play, and he did. And a good play just holds Auckland Black's momentum, and it's a 10-point buffer again for Auckland Blue, and they'll like this one.
Yeah, he needs to, he must have a little bit of wheels there too, because he had Alan Malama Talataina chasing him as well, who's no slouch. So he must have a fair bit of wheels on him. That's Jacob Paul, but look, that's now 28 points to 16. He's gotten himself back 12 in front, so a good buffer for the side coming into the back 30 minutes.
Yes, it is, and it's good work there from Auckland Blue to respond to the try they just conceded before. And there's our try scorer there, Jacob Paul. Did well to read the play and then have the wheels to get there too. But it's how do Auckland Black respond after conceding that try? That's the question there. You don't want to drop your heads because the play was there. The pass might not have been there, but you've done well previously to get to that position to create the opportunity that was almost there.
Yeah, and that's why it's important to play what's in front as well. You know, it's good having structure to fall back on, but that one there, he probably just needed to hit his big back rower, get one-on-one with a defender, and hopefully get a line break or a quick play the ball off the back of it. So see big Thomas Clark winding up off the kickoff.
Josiah Latu with a little juggle there when picking up the ball, and Thomas Clark and EJ Leilua have been strong for the side, and don't think Leilua's had too many carries to start this half in the opening 8 or so minutes. So very interesting to see. I think he's going to get this one here. And Cullen, he hasn't had too many runs either from dummy half to start, but I think wait till this game goes on, the forwards tie is really going to cause a havoc around that ruck again like he was. As I speak of Leilua, he's just backing his way down. Looks like he might have dropped there, but he's held on just nicely. Got his side a penalty again. It's just ill-discipline from both teams. They're just, it's freebies when they're coming out of their own end, and
yeah, it's a bit harsh there on Augustino Filippo, but I can see why it was pulled. So those ones there, hands on ball. If a ball comes out, you're more than likely going to get a penalty on that as well. So we see in the background there, our Georgia Hale Cup teams warming up before their kickoff at 11:30. Unfortunately, that one won't be live streamed due to timing. But again, while you got me on commentary, I just want to say a big shout out to our travelling districts. So Northern, all the team, the staff up there, Coastline, same again, and also the Waikato. It's a pleasure having you guys in our competition. So big mihi to all those people that have helped get our teams there. There's a lot of funding and money going into travelling. So I do appreciate all your guys' hard work, man, and we look forward to seeing you guys back here in next year's competition as we see Jeremiah Cullen. Strong run.
Here we go, Cullen scheming around the ruck again. I think he spotted a few tired bodies as they spring it left to Auckland Blue, and we see the Harbour Bridge ball go through their hands. And like you said, TJ, they're wanting to throw that play, and they throw the play, and it's just, you think twice. They might want to think twice before they throw the next one.
It just looked like he already had that play stuck in his head. Do you know what I mean? So I know there was 2-on-1, but it was a tough. It was less than a 50-50 play. But I do see Matiasi Lolosil. He's taking the carry now. He's an exciting prospect coming on the field. Looks like he's playing fullback as well. But a big body, great player.
So a little bit of a reshuffle then. They've got AJ Potua moving. I don't know if he's on the bench or he's moved out to the wing of the centres, and Black will breathe a sigh of relief there after Auckland Blue threw a good opportunity away, chucking it out. As we see a flat ball there from Auckland Black, but it's a good run backed up by... Boy, oh boy, that was a good run.
Talataina again, he's an SG Ball prospect as well, training with SG Ball for One New Zealand Warriors this year. As they look to go wide early here. Antonio, strong carry. And he's got himself a penalty by the look of it as well. So great run there by Antonio Alunga.
Yeah, just a bit of ill-discipline there from Blue, pushing the man playing the ball back down, and Black have a little bit of a roll in after those good couple of carries to start, and that little shift out to the left-hand side. But again, yeah, I think Black need to be the next to score and just eat into this deficit a little bit. It's a 12-point game, and Still plenty of time though, so they're not in any rush. I think they just need to complete their sets, just play the simple footy. If they can't score, get a repeat set, work from there. If you're going to hand the ball over, make sure it's inside the 10 metres of the opposition. And
yeah, I think that's the important part as well. You know, there's plenty of time on their hands at the moment, so they don't have to rush for points. So we see a ball getting lost in the car park. Hopefully the young fella didn't try and take off with it. We've been losing a few of those footies over the last few weeks, so.
Yes, we have, and they look to get us underway again to Black, and they're taking it off. It's a good, strong carry there.
Certainly Holmes, he's been strong today. When he's had limited touches, but every touch that he has had at the moment has been outstanding. So again, you know, you've got a good back row like that. Our half should be looking at hitting leads a little bit more rather than playing out the back. See a potential shift play here by Auckland Black. They got numbers.
And it's good hands, and the pass needed to be released a little bit earlier, but it's cleaned up nicely though by Lulasil. He is wearing the 3, playing in fullback now, came off the bench. And it's a good run there, strong carry by Martin Nelson there. Black, big dummy, and they've thrown it, and it's ended up all pear-shaped for Auckland Black, and not the end to the tackle count they wanted there. See on the replay, big dummy, and it was good work, and I think in that situation, just hit the first runner. You don't really need to throw that cutout ball. As Auckland Blue breathe a sigh of relief, and as you see our young man, I think that's Saka Churchward taking that run. We've seen a little bit of he's got the ponytail in the hair, and he's got the ponytail on the jersey, and
yeah, please guys, please do not put strappy tape on the jerseys. You make Dan do heaps of work during the week.
Yourself as well, and then it's even worse for the.
It's been a knock on here. Tough defence by Auckland Black.
That was on the main man, EJ Leilua, taking that run, and we'll see the contact over the top here, and it's just there where that ball pops out, and it looked like there was a little bit of no arms in that sort of shot coming from their left-hand side.
Lazy attempt to tackle there. Not your tradition. It was more of a lazy attempt to tackle rather than a shoulder charge, but he definitely didn't use his arms. So got away with that. I think that's what EJ Leilua was talking about as well in the contact, but again, Auckland Black, good field position. They haven't had too many opportunities outside of that first one when they put points on the board early in the second half. So let's see if they can complete. And they got some space here. See Kalani.
Peiru Donaldson taking that run. Interesting to see him get the ball out wide off the back of the scrum there. And like you said, he's got some good set of hands on him. So I think he might be playing in the edge back row area then, not in the front row.
Again, like a player of his quality and calibre. I know he's with the Warriors SG Ball side as well, and been training with them, so it's good to see him back here.
So they go for a crash play for Kalani. Peiru Donaldson there, and he's almost over the line. He's just short. They look to spring it wide, and again, this is what we were on about earlier. Just they're quite flat around the ruck there as we see a big carry, a spin, and a roll, and the ball is down. That is Frankie Payne, try scorer last week, try scorer this week, 2-2, and it's a good response there from Auckland Black.
Yeah, very good play, and you saw Augustino Filippo, traditionally a lock forward there, just getting into a ball playing role. I saw him talking earlier with Frankie Payne as well, so he's obviously identified something lazy around the mid-market area there for his team. And Frankie Payne, that's twice in 2 weeks, man, for the front row.
Front rowers only dream of scoring a try 2 weeks running, and he'll be happy with that one. He was strong last week. He only went off for about 5 or 6 minutes or so, and it's an 8-point game, kick right by the sticks, so it should be a 6-point game after this. Still 20 minutes left in this game, and plenty of time for anyone to score next as Auckland Blue under the sticks. I think they'll want to reevaluate how they're going here, just try and slow that ruck speed down a little bit more for them. It's going to be crucial as that ruck speed, because you don't want someone of, I think, Jeremiah Cullen for Auckland Blue, so Black are going to have to do the same again. And Auckland Black haven't had too many scoots from dummy half, and it's been interesting to see, whereas Auckland Blue are really trying to push back through the middle and tired out those two prop forwards.
Yeah, again, Auckland Black, they've got the luxury of having Augustino Filippo around there as well, so he's good with his carries, but also a very good front or middle forward, ball playing middle forward as well. So they've used him a little bit to shift a little bit wider. You'll see from the kickoff, they'll take a carry, maybe go 2 passes to the far post, where Auckland Blue's strength is around their 9. So Jeremiah Cullen, fast out acting half. So you've got to play their strengths. So both teams are playing their strengths at the moment, which is good to see.
As Auckland Blue taking their time to get the ball back and bring a tee out for the kickoff as Sosailatu's ready to get us underway. And I don't think this is very encouraging signs for Auckland Blue here, really taking their time, and they'll want to aim up defensively on this side after conceding a try. As we see off the back fence, it's the try scorer. And he's going, and he's driven back though. It's good defence there from Auckland Blue.
No surprises to see Christian Junior Sukavia in that tackle.
Yes, he's been a workhorse today, really getting stuck in defensively.
Patui by the look of it. Jersey number 20. That's that ball playing ability as you see there.
Early shift down the left-hand side.
Talatine, he's got a lot of pace here.
Oh, look at the wheels and the offload, and it's still going. It's played.
He's called knock on.
Oh boy, Auckland Black with a bit of razzle-dazzle early in the tackle count.
Yeah, it's set up again by Augustino Filippo, running a nice little block play here. Look at him, eyes up, scanning. I like that. Again, yeah, nice little tip on Hiddeney Holmes. Nice early ball.
Again, your man, Malama Talatana.
He's quick, man, so they've done well to drag him back. But Matiasi Lolasio just getting his hand to the ball there. No, I think that's the right call by the official. But again, they got 18 minutes, so don't stress too much. They've had some good footy at the moment. But again, their discipline has let them down on defence here today, so they need to make sure they're on with their defence and discipline here.
As Mason Archog driven back in that tackle. Good defence there from Auckland Blue. And again, Malama Talatsaina there, the way he just put the foot down and just burst off that quick step, it's unbelievable speed over such a short distance. As Latu again getting involved, and they look to go left to Blue, and again, good defence from Auckland Black, getting stuck and trying to slow their ruck speed down. They've got to be careful there. And you can hear that call from one of the boys, a play to the whistle. As Amore Pahina can't wrap the ball up and is still going as Isaka Churchwood, the man with the ponytail and the ponytail jersey, and he's wrapped up finally there. As Auckland Blue really making easy meters there. And they go wide again, and that's Tuipolotu digging into the line. Oh, it's weaving.
Junior Sukavia's in.
Ooh, that was excellent play there from Auckland Blue. Created by Terore into Sikuvea, and he crosses for a 4-pointer. And Auckland Blue, that's the response they wanted after conceding a try, as we see on the replay here. Watch them work. Watch Marlon Tuipolotu scouting out. Cullen goes there, and Tuipolotu gives early ball into Terore, and he's got it 2 hands again. Big dummy, arms free. Netball pass-esque, and it's nice hands, but Sikuvea, he's too big, too close to the line, and he scored a try there.
Great support play there by Sukavia. He's been outstanding so far in this contest today as well. But look, Auckland Blue strike straight back, and again, it's from an error from the Auckland Black side. They should have been able to shut that play down earlier when Isaka Churchwood went through with some pretty poor defence out by this right edge. So look, again, if Auckland Black want to win this game, they need to cut those little things out of their game. So
it's interesting you say that, because Auckland Black looked shot for numbers. There were Blue had 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, down that left-hand side, and it was a 4-on-2. And last week, I do believe that Auckland Black, they get quite congested around their ruck later in the game when there's tired bodies. Everyone's sort of drawn towards the middle, and I think Waikato, when they played in the last week, Waikato used that space well. They didn't end up scoring too many points, but they really made the most of those overlaps on that edge areas. Leon Richard takes the kick, and he's knocked that one over, and he extends the lead to, again, a 12-point margin. It's back and forth in the second half here.
Oh, Dan, I've got to love and leave you, man. I've got to move on to my next assignment now in match managing that far game with the girls. So best of luck with your calls today, mate, and thanks again for having me in the box. Eh?
All good. Our pleasure, mate. Enjoy the girls match. It should be an exciting one. As Auckland Black really taking their time to really get back to halfway, just 15 minutes in the half, and there we see the girls warming up out the back, ready to get underway, and we'll see TJ on that one. He'll be match managing from the 10 on the other side as Black get us underway with a short kickoff, and it's an interesting one. We haven't seen too many of them to start, but it's taken nicely there by Cullen, and he's done well. That's Peiru Donaldson in the tackle there, and we're going off the back fence to start it. That's a good run. Post-contact meters galore to make there for Auckland Blue. Again, Cullen scheming around the ruck. Here's Richard. He hasn't had too many carries in this half. Look at Cullen go again, weaving. Oh, it's a break here. That's Terure taking that one. Again, Cullen going off the mark. Look at how quick he is from dummy half. Jeremiah Cullen. Exciting to watch when he moves. So Pulotu finds himself at dummy half, and it's Sosai Alatu. It's a shallow crossfield kick, and it's going to be attacked by Auckland Black. And what a claim there from Antonio Ulugia there. Watch him attack the ball, and that you don't see a contest too much like that. And great work there from Auckland Black to defuse that kick. So we see a good run there, and he's won his side. A penalty has hit in there, Holmes. He's really done the dirty work for his side. He's got a try assist to his name. That's a good touch finder there from Auckland Black. Again, yes, I think it was for Marcus being not square. One offside penalty, just ill discipline. No, it was Marcus not square. As Henry Holmes goes again. One aside that penalty. And there's Peiru Donaldson. He leaves one at his way. Poor Leon Richard is left on the ground, and boy, oh boy, bumped him right off into next week there. As they go deeper, that's Filippo taking that one. Oh, the hands are free for Lennox. Toilodo there. It's a good little ball, and it's a try there. That's Augustino Filippo scoring that. He's eaten into the deficit again. It's an 8-point game. It's back and forth here. Again on the replay, look at that. The ball was tempting there from Lennox. Really barking his troops around. Caught one wide of the ruck, and it was Anaru Thompson who couldn't wrap the ball up and stop him there. It's a good response from Black. As you can see, good chat there from the trainers. And all the boys really looking to get amongst it here. And they've got 12 minutes left in the second half. 8-point game, kick to come. It could be a 6-point game. You see the strike is a nice strike, and it's bounced off the roof again. And ball's running back down. 6-point game, 34 points to 28. It's a high-scoring game in this Dean Bell Cup match between Auckland Blue and Auckland Black. And I think Augustino Filippo has really turned the game on its head here, really getting involved, digging nice and deep into the line, using his ball-playing ability. And Auckland Blue, I think they're quite tired there, taking their time. You can hear the call of energy boys, and they'll want that Auckland Black. They think they've got a bit of wind in their sails. Sosai Alatu looks to get us underway again. It's a deepish kickoff from Latu, but we're going to have one off the back fence, and it's Frankie again, the big man. And he's bumped off one. It's going to get a quick play the ball in two, and it's good work there, and it's backed up again. Oh, and a bump off there. I think that's Lennox taking that run, leaving one at his weight. Here's Augustino Filippo really looking to use that left-hand side as they go early. That's Malama Taletaina there, and the offload on the outside, and it's Ulugia there taking it. Ulugia still going. He's going to cross, and what a play from Auckland Black, and they respond again. Antonio Ulugia scoring the try there, and it's 34 points to 32. But watch again, look at Augustino, he's barking at the troops, get involved. We've got the block run and Peiru Donaldson, and it's early ball there from Jamie Tifata. And Malama Talataina there, really good work from him. And then it's that weaving again of And Silna Ulugia, he did it to score. He's done it there beautifully. Kick to come, 34 points to 32. Knocked it over. It's tie game. 9.5 left in the second half, and Auckland Black have gone bang bang, 2 tries quickly. And you can hear the trainers barking it. All it takes is one mistake to swing the momentum, boys, and I think Auckland Black have that momentum now. As we see in the far field, it looks like Northland have scored first in the Georgia Hale Cup match. Coastline's under the sticks. But again, Auckland Blue really slow to get back to halfway here. They're taking their time, and I think lack of ball, they're looking really starved. And so Saialatu, he's going to need another deep kickoff to really get his side back in it. But look for Auckland Black, to really get Augustino Filippo to put that ball right in the hands, and they go left again as they go for a shallow one, and it's out on the full, and it's all exploding here for Auckland Blue. No. It is not looking good. As they tap and go, and that's Mateasi Lolosio there taking that run. It's backed up by the number 4. That's Joshua Ma'a Nelson. He's going to still Ma'a Nelson. Good run there. It's for Viviani at dummy half. He scoots, and it's Lennox, and Lennox has found one on the outside, and it's a try again. That is Saya Komavai there taking that one. Good work from Colwyn. And Auckland Black, 3 unanswered tries, and they have a 4-point lead. And I don't think they've led in this match since it was 10 points to 0. And watch Lennox Toiolo go down. They've got the numbers, but he does well there, Colwyn, to just bounce off and score that try. Auckland Black, good work. It looks like he's going to convert his own kick as young Colwyn. Saya Komavai there taking that one. It's good work from Saya Komavai taking that. Just able to bounce off the tackler and then just spin himself back inside to get the score. 38 points to 34, and kick to come. This is a crucial kick in the context of the game for Auckland Black to try and book themselves a final against Auckland Red in the Dean Bell Cup match next week. It's a decent strike, but he's just pushed it to the right of the uprights, and I think Auckland Blue really need to show a bit of urgency here, and they may struggle there. They're really slow to get back to halfway. You don't see 1, 2, 3 in shot there, or some of them walking, some of them jogging. Need a bit more energy from the Auckland Blue boys. They've been really starved at the ball though. They're struggling a bit here, the Auckland Blue, but we have a change of kickoff taker. It's Leon Richard to take this one. So Saialatu won't be kicking this. They'll want to get nice and deep with Auckland Blue. Really try and number off on the defensive line as we see Richard get us underway again, and they've let the kickoff bounce, but it's a friendly bounce. And it's Peiru Donaldson off the back fence. He's going through 1, 2, and oh, it's a good kick return from Peiru Donaldson there. As we see Matiasi Lolosio there taking that run. He's wearing the number 3. He's got the luscious bleach locks out the back. And again, that's Hirini Holmes. He's really been a force when he's got the ball in hand. Hirini Holmes, one aside penalties, broken the line as they shifted and dropping it under. As big Frankie going again. Frankie Payne. He's bringing the pain on Auckland Blue at the minute. See a quick play the ball as Filippo goes deep into the line. He throws the dummy, Augustino Filippo. As Amore Pahina, he chips it into space, and it's not a bad kick. Latu can't clean it up. And he's done well to get out of his in-goal. So Saya Latu after knocking the ball backwards, and good cover tackle there from Ma'a Nelson. As Cullen, they finally have some ball to Auckland Blue, and it's 4 minutes 40 left in the second half, and weaving, and Colwyn's wrapped them up, the try scorer. Need to give him the Gordy Tallis treatment there, drag him to their sideline. And Auckland Blue, no one really putting their hand up for a carry, and they need the outside backs to get in as Jeremiah Cullen makes easy meters, and he's still going as Cullen. That's a good run. Good pressure reliever from the Auckland Blue side as they go again. As Sikuvea, good run to back up Cullen. But a roll on the set. As they go wide again, it's a big dummy, and it's a drop, and it's cleaned up by Jamie Tifata there. Just Auckland Blue, last 2 tackles of that set were good, and they just couldn't get to their kick. It's hit in their hoops. It takes a little settler. 3 minutes 45 left in the second half. Nail bite finish here. 38 points to 34. High scoring game of the day. 72 points in this game. Again, that's Ella Malama Talataina there, and it's an unforced error from Loloseo, but it's play on, and they've said Loloseo's knocked it backwards. There's a bit of a dubious call there, and again, scheming around that ruck as Leopold Viviani there. As Tifata is kicking, and it's off, and it's play on. Peru Donaldson, he's still got it. Oh, and it's knocked down, and it's play on for Auckland Black, and they've got the ball back, and fortuitous bounce there for Auckland Black. And again, watch this. Po Viviani there, just getting a nice quick play of the ball. They've got one marker, one with his back turn, and Tifata kicks early, and it's not the best kick, but they do it. And Peru Donaldson, when he gets that ball, he's looking inside early, and touched by Sosaya Latu it was. Not long to go, and if Auckland Black can score here, I think the game's all over. Jamie scheming around their ruck, and Filippo drops it off. Oh, shrugs off wonders. Ma'a Nelson there, but he's wrapped up nicely. As they go, as Amori Pahina taking that, and it's just simple hands, and oh, the ball was forward from Matiasi Loloseo there, and I think he just needed to hold that one. They're going quickly, Auckland Blue. Called a scrum, they need to pack it quickly, and it was on. I think just that little bit of pressure there from Isaka Churchwood there. As Latu taking that run. It's a good little run from Latu. They really need something from Cullen Leilua or Thomas Clark to just bring a bit of momentum into their side. Minute 30 left, and they're going down this left-hand side, and it's on the over. It's Leon Richard. He's bouncing off 1-2, arms free from Richard. Ooh. Ever so close there from Leon Richard. And Cullen swings it out. They're going wide here. That's Sikuvea. Here's Leilua. The barn storming EJ Leilua. We've got a stoppage in play here. Time's back on, it's play on, it's Cullen going. This is Sikuvea. Still going as Christian Sikuvea. The hooter's gone, it'll be the last play, it's all or nothing here. And the ball is down, and it's dunked upon by Auckland Black. It's 38 points to 34, Auckland Black with a miraculous recovery. In this Dean Bell Cup match, they looked all but out. The game was seesawing back and forth, but it's 38 points to 34. We'll be back soon. See you then.